My dear programmers, in this tutorial, I'm back again with the chapter Flow of Control, Series 3. In this segment, I'm going to deal about iteration, which is in other way is also known as looping. So in Python, we learn about iteration. Let's start with the syntax and the concept of iteration. What is iteration? Another name for iteration is looping. When we want to repeat the statement, then we go for the term iteration. Repeatedly, if we write something, the same pattern of statements which are similar to each other, it's a tedious job if it is written continuously the same thing. If you are getting any shortcut of that we need not to write the statements again and again, it so happened because as we are using computer for the programming, so why not any shortcut where computer can help us to reduce our strenuous job. That is, we need not to write the statements again and again. Once we have written and based on our command, that should be controlled. So for that purpose, we have looping. In every program, we have loops, and little bit difference you will get in every programming. But if you have exposure of loop in previous any programming, this tutorial, obviously your previous experience is going to help you. But in Python, the loops behave little different and they are easy to use also. Basically in Python, we have two types of loops, that is for loop and while loop. So these two loops we'll be dealing in Python. So hope it is clear what is loop means. Repetitive statements not to be written, the similar statements not to be written again and again. Once we'll be writing and based on our command, the statements will be repeated. Suppose we want to repeat the statement for 100 times. We need not to write or copy paste. Copy pasting also will increase the code length. So we need not to do that. Even one line statement will write and will give the command whether to repeat that statement for 100 times, 500 times, 1000 times, 10 times, how many times. So as the command will give, based on that, the statements will be repeated. You can very well, this will be very clear to you. If a teacher sometimes might have in your childhood given you punishment that write this imposition, this statement or this a sentence for 50 times. What is your thinking at that time? There should be some shortcut for that. So smarter students, computer science students, now they can give the answer with the help of loop. So we'll start with the syntax of for loop. For, as it's very clear, the syntax is written on screen. The variable we write, then the sequence of values and body of the loop. Further, you will get these points clear with the help of example. Here is one of the small example. For is a keyword in Python, and then a variable, then in, the membership operator which you have studied in. So that is being searched in the list of 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 20. And then the statements are being printed. So if the values are being what var will have, first value var will contain, that is 5. And it is also a fact that 5 is available in the list. As we know, in operator checks whether the element is available in the list or not. So var will have first value 5 in it, and because it is present in the list, so loop will be stated as true or the loop will run. And then the value of var will be printed and then the message great. As this is written within the body of the loop, this is the body of the loop. It can grow to any number of statement, and that is after colon with little indentation we write. Same way, the next value will be fetched. First 5 will be fetched in var, then 6 will be fetched, then 7, then 2, then 3, then 34, then 20. So this way the whole process will go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So great will be printed 6 times, and var will be printing 5, 6, 7, 2, 34 and 20. We have various other examples for loop. What are those examples? One program using for loop is written here. Simple program for var in, then various values are there. Here we have var's value as first value var will have 5, then 6, then 78, then 23, then again 6. So now you can see here the keyword for and then the variable, then in, and then list of values within large bracket, and then colon is to be written. Colon means the further statements are connected, and this is the body of the loop. That means these statements to be repeated. These statements to be repeated. How many times or in what way? This will be controlled by this segment of the values. So initially var will fetch the value 5. Then it will be checked whether 5 is available in the list or not, whether it is true or not. Yes, it is true. So var's value will be printed, that is 5. Var's value will be printed, that is 5, and then great will be printed. Now, once this part is over, again var will fetch the value 6. So one time these two statements will be repeated. The print statements will be repeated with the value 5. So when var's value will be 5, print will be executed. Then again when var's value will be 6, then again these two print statement will get executed. Then again var's value is 78, again it will be executed, and so on. So this way these two statements, if you want to write more statements, you can write in this. So whichever statement you will write, they will be repeatedly working. How many times? Till the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So here only I have written once these two, but they will be repeated. Let's see the working of this. I'm running this and I have saved this. in my uh, directory. Here the outcome is. So you can compare the outcome. So var's value, var's first value. Var's first value is 5. So you can see here 5. So 5 is printed due to this and then grade. Then var will fetch the next value 6. So again these two lines, now this time this will be shown. Again var's value 78, then 78 and grade. Again var's value 23, then 23 and grade. Again var's value 6, now it is 6 and grade. So only it is written, 2 times print statement is written, and you can see here 2 times I have written and 2 in 2. So 2 statements are repeated. They have been repeated for 5 times. So it made 10 statements. 2 into 5. 2 statements to be repeated how many times? N times, that is 5. So total iteration or total statements gets executed, that is 10. 2 in 1 attempt, again 2 in 1 attempt, and so on. So 10 statements, but I have written how many statements? Only 2 statements, and that got multiplied and it is giving the outcome of 10 statements. It's not that only this much. We can do so many work with the help of loop. And not only print statement, we can write any kind of statement, any number of statements within the loop. Suppose I am writing here any expression, x equal to 10. Then x plus equal to 1. As you know, this is assignment operator. This is assignment operator. So x is value 1, x is value 10. Here x is value 10 and then it is being increased. So these 4 statements will be repeated. These 4. Print, x10, x will be increased by 1, that is x's value will turn to 11. So these 4 statements will be repeated. How many times? 5 times, because here there are 5 values. So 5 times. So 4 statement this and times is 5. So 4 5s are 20. So I have written only 4 statements, but it will be converted to 20 statements. So this way you can imagine if we need to write the lengthy coding, we can take help of this iteration concept. This is the smallest example I have taken. Let's take further more examples based on looping. One function, that is range function. Range function we'll be using here. You might have studied the range function. Range function gives the range of values, that is, if I'll be writing, there are 3 steps in range function. There, range function, when you will be writing in this way, you can get the tip here, tool tip here. So start value, maximum, it can have 3 values: start value, stop value, and step value. So start value, suppose I am giving 2 here, and then end value, that is stop value, 8, and then step value. This 2 is the start value, 8 is the stop value, and if I write this much only, that means I have given the start value, stop value, but I have not given the step value. Then automatically this range function will give the sequence of values between 2 to 8, but one less. Let's see how. I'll be writing here print. As you can see here, I have written x in range for x in range 2, 8. So 2 is the start value and 8 is the stop value. But you can see here the values that x is printing. X is having the value 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, not 8. So this you have to keep in mind, that range function takes start value, stop value, but the stop value -1, it will give the response. Always -1. Suppose you want to print till 8, then you give 9 over here. If you want to print 10, then you have to give 11 here. So always whatever the value you are writing here, the upper value, lesser than that, it gives the outcome. So x will have the range of values, sequence of values. Loop always executes with sequence of values. So x will have the sequence of values 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that we are printing. Now range function can be used in many ways. If we write range, and when I have written for x in range 5 only, that means I am giving the stop value only. So what will be the start value? Start value will be from 0. When you are not giving the start value is optional. Starting value we may exclude. So when I am not providing the start value, when I am providing only one value within the brackets of range function, that means this is the end value. So what will be the start value? 0. And we know that range function will give the response of sequence of numbers, sequence of values 1 less than its stop value. So that is why here 0, it started from 0, 1, then 2, then 3, and then 4. Let's change a little bit. In the coding, let's do some changes. Now, if I write in this way 2, 15, 2, that means I'm giving the start value also, maximum parameters, maximum inputs I'm giving. Start value, stop value. As we know, the first one is start value, then stop value. So obviously 15 minus 1, it will go till 14. And then step value. So the response of this will be 2 with the gap of 2, because the step value is 2. 2 with the gap of 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8 till 14, because 1 lesser. For the positive values, even range function can work for negative values. Only you have to remember that minimum input is stop value, maximum input is start, stop, and step. And if you are not giving step value, last parameter, last input to the range function, here it is 2, this one, if you are not providing this, automatically it will be taken as positive value 1 if this is not given. So only you can provide one information minimum, that is the minimum requirement. Maximum you can provide all the 3 information. And range function works with negative value as well. In this example, negative values. the example is for negative values. I have taken the start value 15, the stop value that is 5. So 1 less than that, that is 4, it will go till, and in reverse order. So 15, then 14, so on till 4 in reverse order, because start value, stop value, start, stop, and this is the step value. So -1. Logically, we need to write the statement. So it is giving till 6. Why? Because 1 less. So from 15 till 6. Now in another example, as you have seen, it has given 15, 14, 13, so on till 1 lesser value, as it is a negative, so 1 lesser value till 6. If I write here -2, then after 15 it will go for 13. You can match this with the code given. So why it has gone till 7? Because lesser than the 5. Lesser than 5 means when we are running this, lesser than 5. So again we have run this. So lesser than 5. So when the gap of 2 will be there, so obviously it will stop at 7. As the negative number line you might have studied in junior classes, negative. So if you go for negative numbers, and because it is -2, so after 7 it has to go for 5. So, and 5 won't be included because 1 lesser than. So after 7 it will try to go for 5, but we know stop value and lesser value than the stop value. So it cannot reach to 5, so it has stopped at 7. But when you are giving negative values, you have to be very careful. Suppose you are writing here 5 and here 15. This is very illogical. The reason is you are telling the compiler to start with 5 and end at 15, and it is in increasing order. Starting from 5 till 15, it is in increasing order. So how can we write -2? So this is a illogical code. So that is why when you will run this, you won't be getting any response. See, this is not an error. This is not the grammatical error of Python, as you have missed the colon, as you have written something in capital. Not grammatical error is not there. Meaning wise error is there. So in English also, when you are studying, there is some grammatical error and there is something illogical statement. Illogical statement means there is no meaning coming out of that. So here the same thing is happening, because you are saying 5 to 15 and then you are saying -2. So how it is possible that reducing the number, one way you are telling to reduce the number by -2 and one way you are telling to go to the increasing number to 15. So that's not possible. So whenever you are using increasing or decreasing order, or for increasing, for positive that's not much issue, but for negative when you are going for, take care that logically the statement should be correct. Otherwise it won't give any output because it won't be running at all. And sometimes it may happen that if it is running and not stopping, sometimes it may happen also. So give the data. Sometimes students are testing with very heavy values and illogical statement. So two things may happen, that the process will not start, or if it starts, it is not going to end forcibly. You have to shut down your Python file. So that is an abnormal situation. So this way we can use range function in looping. And there are too many uses of range function. Suppose a small program, will be writing a program to So what will be the code here? To print first 10 natural numbers. It is comment line. So what will be the code for this? Here, within range function, we need to write the syntax. Now, first 10 natural number, that means it should start from 1, not from 0, because if you are writing 10, what will be the outcome? It will start from 0 and it will go till 9. So, natural number, we have to start from 1. So that is why it is compulsory for this question to give the start value as 1 and stop value as 11. Because first 10 natural number lies from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you'll be writing 1, 11. So one by one the values will be fetched in X and that will be printed. So number of times. Now the question comes, how many times the print statement will get executed? So the print statement will get executed for 10 times. So what will be the last few questions should be there in your mind. What will be the last value of X? Last value of X will be 10. And how many times the process will go? 10 times. Now you change little bit. 2. Now, how many times the process will go? 2 to 10. So, 9 times. And what will be the outcome printed over here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if little bit I change the question, print first 10 odd numbers. That means 1 to, between 1 to 20, the odd numbers. So we'll start from 1 and you may write 20 or 21, both will do. Even if you write 20, that will also do, because the last odd number between first 10 odd numbers will not lie between 1 to 10, it will lie between 1 to 20, because I have written first 10 odd numbers. So it will lie between 1 to 20, not 10, because first 10 odd numbers. So with the gap of 2. So I need to write 2 over here. Step 2. We'll start from 1. We'll end at 20. And because we know that 19 will be the 10th odd number. So here we may write 21. Then also 1 lesser than 20. It will go till 19. Because we know the stop value minus 1 it goes. And as for odd numbers, 20 won't be occurring. So here you write 20 or 21, both will be same, but this you need to write. Because we don't want the continuous number, we want the numbers with the gap of 2. So if you are running this, you will get the proper answer 1, 2, 1, 3 like that. Till 19. I'll run this again if you cannot see it properly. I'll be running the file once again. Here the answer 1 to 19. Always I am closing the command window or the output window so that you should be able to see the fresh output. Now for even numbers, yes, whatever you are guessing, that is very correct. For the even number, nothing you have to do. You need to write here 2. But one more thing, that here you need to increase it, because the last even number for first 10 even numbers, it will be, last will be 20. So obviously we need to write 21 at least, or 22, anything you write, both will do here. So you may have another logic for this. You may have various logic for any one program. You can make in a different way. That is up to you. So I'll be giving you small programs as a homework to do. But two more examples I would wish to give. like multiples of 3. So you can understand, like multiples of 3, multiples of 5, easily you can print using this, using range function easily. Multiplication table of any number you can print. If I write this 10 comma 100 or 101 comma 10, so what will be the output? So starting value will be 10. This is not required right now. Starting value is 10 with the gap of 10. That means 10, 20, 30, 40. Last value, that means multiple of 10. It will give 10, 20 and so on. So it's so easy to print with range function, isn't it? So we'll have, in this context, this way we can create many patterns, many series. Let's practice one or two more series. And with the negative number also, you can practice. Many series can be practiced with the negative values in the range function. Here are the few questions for home assignment I am giving just for your practice purpose. See the questions carefully, and they are very easy with the range function you can perform. And I'll explain what is n terms. N is the maximum limit which you can take input from the function that is named as input and convert the data into integer. As you know, input function returns in string. So if we want to work with integers, we need to use the or take help of the function int. So take help of the function int, take help of the input function, and that will be your nth term. So perform all this task, and if any doubt, you can very well ask through various sources, messaging, comments. You are most welcome with your feedback. Before wind up, as you are a student, so you should be motivated, or you should understand this indirect way of saying what it wants to say. If you are leaving any work unfinished, this is the way it is going to happen, which is very clearly depicted in the picture. And moreover, I would like to say this is very true even for computer science also. This is very true for normal life, even for computer science also it's very true. The reason is because in computer science, if you are leaving the thing, or if you are not regular, or if you have half done any program, obviously the next time it will be very time taking to reconnect what you have done previously. And programming requires practice. If there is lack of practice, or if you are leaving practicing the programming, it will be difficult for another way to take it in from the step you have left. You have to start it from once again from the start. As in other subjects, practice, maths, numericals requires practice. So here also computer programming requires practice. If you are leaving in between, or you have left doing programming since many days, it will be very time taking if you are starting once again. So be happy and keep safe. Thank you.